What's up, everybody? It's yours truly, Mr. Lang, Team Wash Life. Just got out of the shower. So, the convention. What I think of the convention was very cool. It was very interesting. Saw a lot of people. Saw a lot of the Team Wash Life guys. It was very humbling, I'll tell you that much. Had numerous guys coming up to me, letting me know they're the reason they're in business, yada, yada, yada. I had a couple guys just hand me $100 bill, just saying thanks for everything you do. Tried to give it back, they wouldn't take it back. It's like a big respect thing. That's really cool. It's something I do. I saw someone who really helped me out, so that was cool. Really appreciated it. Went in there with no plans to meet up with anybody. Just kind of floated in there and tried to see where it would take me naturally. Ended up hanging out with some guys from Team Wash Life most of the trip. Chatted with Mr. Rob Anderson a bit. Met a few of the other guys. It was very cool. My most favorite part about it would have been, honestly, the networking. So I went with my brother, Colt. Most of you guys know him. He's the cameraman a lot of the times. You see him in the videos sometimes. So he had a hard time there. He had fun, but he couldn't sleep. He has insomnia really bad, and even with his medication, he couldn't sleep the second night or the first night at all. He didn't sleep at all. I remember hearing him up, and so he just wasn't feeling it the second day. Hung out at the hotel, slept probably most of the day. So that was a bummer, but still got to hang out. Hung out with a couple Russian guys, Nev and Eugene. Hung out with them a lot. Had dinner with them. Very cool guys. Very smart. Which brings me to my next point. They had some constructive criticism for me. Maybe tone back the feedback. So I tried to not, what's the word? I try not to fuel negative energy, but sometimes you don't even notice you're doing it until it's pointed out. And when you point it out, sometimes I'll feed into some negative comments here and there. So I'm going to watch out for that. One part that did bother me a bit, hopefully they're watching, maybe they are, but the window cleaning resource crew, them guys, yeah, I could tell there was a little bit of hostility between us. Not hostility, but we used to talk a lot, and you could tell they weren't trying to talk to me at all. And that had to do with my big mouth, just being vocal and not caring, So I don't want to go into the details and rip off a Band-Aid or anything, but basically I want to put this out there that Window Cleaning Resource is a very awesome company. They started me out, or they helped, what am I trying to say? They helped me start out greatly. I used to be on their forum, communicate messaging with them, about equipment, yada, yada, yada. There's no secret, they're not the cheapest. If you're going to get parts or whatever, equipment, they're not the cheapest, right? But it's kind of like goes with our service industry. A lot of us advertise that we are not the cheapest. You're paying for a high service, high value commodity. So the difference between Window Cleaning Resource is you might spend a couple hundred, depending on the equipment, you might spend an extra percentage on the equipment that you purchase. However, especially like being newer or something, you have any issue whatsoever, they're literally dropping everything and getting on the phone with you right there and then. You're getting some of these guys' personal phone lines. They're walking you through stuff, guiding you to what equipment to purchase. So it's a very cool network. There was a situation in the past where I felt I had been taken advantage of, and I voiced about it, and I probably shouldn't have, but it is what it is. It's already, it happened. So But no, I appreciate everything they do. They're definitely a company I would do business with, um, especially if you're starting out and in the window game and stuff. I mean, the resource they offer is it doesn't even come on this. It's not even on the same um, platitude as the other window cleaning companies out there. So there's that. So yeah, it was just a cool experience. A lot of self reflection is what I got out of it. Yeah, the classes were cool. I sat in quite a few classes. Um, took some notes, but honestly, I listened to all these guys. Most of the speakers, I listen to their podcasts. I listen to this, that, and the other. So a lot of it, well, I don't know. I took a lot of notes of stuff that I learned, so I don't even want to say that. But it was awesome. It was very awesome. Um, I met some guys who are in recovery and they're sober and they're crushing it. That's really cool. And just kind of finding finding a new obsession. That's what I think the trick to beating a drug addiction or something is. A lot of typical drug addiction literature will say, we try to you gotta break that obsession to use drugs or alcohol or whatever. But my theory is channel that obsession into something else, like running a business or something. If you run a business like you used to do drugs or alcohol, you're going to succeed because it's all day, every day, 24/7. How am I going to get my next fix? How am I going to get my next lead? They go like hand in hand. If you just shift that obsession into something positive, you're you're gonna come out all right. You can go. So yeah, still thinking about if I'm gonna make it to this next one actually in October. It was really cool. Um, it's not the same people or convention, but it's another one it's Power Washer PWNA convention or something. But it's in October. It's in Charleston, South Carolina, and that's actually where I spent a lot of my childhood. That's where my father passed away. Not in Charleston, but Lexington, which I think is 45 minutes from there or something like that. I could be wrong. I haven't been back to South Carolina since he passed. When I was like 8 or 9, and we moved when I was 10. So it's been a while. It'd be very cool to visit there again. Turn that more into vacation. But I am going to Texas at the end of the month too. So it's like, Branson, Texas, South Carolina. It's a lot of vacationing. So we'll see. Still in the air about that one. But if you guys are going to that one, if anyone's thinking about going to that one, comment below. There's enough guys going. I'd contemplate it for real. It's kind of irrelevant. I'll go regardless, but it depends on other things than who's going or not. There was something else I wanted to say. Yeah, that's about it. Basically it was just eye-opening. It was great. There was a tragedy there between a tragedy at someone's company. I don't want to go into the details. So that kind of was like, whoa, really take safety. It wasn't anyone's fault, but just take like kind of eye-opening, like, be grateful and safe, just really kind of go a little harder on the safety, make sure your vehicles are all checking out. Don't take unnecessary risks. But no, it's been more of an eye-opening, like, I think I'm going to make some life changes, shift some of the bad habits I've created, and just get back into the grind mode and make sure we're on track. So it was a good experience in that aspect. Would I recommend the huge convention? Absolutely. It was really cool, man. And everyone's just cool. Like, you can just go talk to anybody. you know, you're gonna see people you recognize, I'm sure, but everybody's super friendly. You can literally just go up and talk to them and, hey, how are you? Blah blah blah, and talk business, talk the weather, talk whatever you want. It's very fun. I'm not a fan of Branson though. I just do not like Branson. I didn't like it the first time I went there, and I didn't like it this most recent time. But besides that, it didn't matter where it was at. Everything else was cool. So, all right, y'all. Shining off. Tomorrow we got a frat house, a fraternity house we're cleaning, a gutter cleaning, another house wash. I'll see about getting some footage, get my channel uploading again. There's been so much going on. I've been neglecting the uploads, but we'll get back to it, baby. Yours truly, Mr. Lang, back in the grind of things, okay? Peace.